Hi, my name is Joel, and today I'll tell you about some work aimed at understanding the practical usability of envy-freeness. So this is taking place within the context of the fair division literature, which is a subfield about fairly dividing goods among agents with diverse preferences, and an allocation is envy-free if no other agent would be happier with the goods somebody else got. This is a very popular fairness notion, but to use it we need to make this implicit assumption that envy and unfairness are correlated. But this isn't always the case. If you take a look at the debate around wealth inequality, for example, there are some people on the right who envy billionaires but don't see this wealth gap as unfair. For some on the left, it's the opposite. The wealth gap is unfair, but not because there's a sense of personalized envy towards the wealthy in the sense of the definition of envy-freeness. So, for people on both sides of the spectrum, envy and unfairness are actually completely orthogonal. Now, there are no, fair division papers that I'm aware of that claim to use these tools to tackle wealth inequality, but the scale of use cases has been growing, right? You see papers about food banks, school systems, public goods funding. And so I think what that example shows is that we really need to understand how the usefulness of envy-freeness changes as we increase in scale, right? So system justification theory offers an explanation for some of this, as well as presenting a lot of, solid evidence for the informal argument I made earlier. Essentially, it names the system justification need as a psychological need alongside ego and group justification needs, right? And the idea is that, if, the system justification need is present and conflicts with these other needs, then envy-freeness is less likely to be useful, right? There's plenty of research on what factors exactly modulate these needs. And I should also say, group variants of envy-freeness really are capturing this group justification need. Again, if system justification is present, things can conflict, and ego and group, can also conflict as well, right? So in order to design the best mechanisms, we've really got to be considering all of these diverse psychological needs and how they interact and overlap based on the use case, right? It may be that even in some cases, depending on what kind of normative stance you take, resource allocation might not even be the best way to model some of these problems. Thank you.